I just want to know where the start button is. The instructions are more confusing than the tool itself. This is kind of a grab and go, plug and play kind of tool. And why they felt necessary to create a Library of Congress dissertation on this tool, I don't know. Even in one language, there's too much information. Anything you buy in the U.S. today, everything comes in 3 languages. Ooh, it's pretty. And it has a safety, so you don't cut your finger on accident. Got this the other day. Actually, Mrs. C purchased it for me when she took a trip to Lowe's. And it's supposed to cut all kinds of stuff. So I will attempt to make a demonstration video to see just what it will and won't. So I've got 3 pieces of material here. I've got a piece of scrap siding that's fairly thin. Got a piece of molding. It's a 45 outside corner that's fairly thick. And I have this thin piece of metal, tin, that is the starter strip for the lap siding. But we'll see what it does on this little piece of thin vinyl right here. Let's say I wanted to cut this linearly. I needed only this much to be exposed, and I didn't need the rest of this. Well, let's see how it cuts through that. Not bad. Especially for not paying any attention. A clean cut, didn't leave any, I don't have any vinyl dust floating around in the atmosphere. I think this is like 3 mil thickness. It's Dade County approved vinyl. I think generally the thickness of this is roughly the same. It's just the way that it's molded makes it appear to be thicker. And I would assume, let's say we wanted to cut this nailer off right through here. It should do pretty much a similar job as it did on the piece of vinyl. Let's see, shall we? Oh, that hit my toe. Ooh. Yeah, we weren't paying attention to what we were doing at all on that cut, were we? But as you can see, it cut through it rather nicely. See, if I just wanted one side or the other of this, and if we tried to pay a little bit of attention this time and see how it cuts down the middle. Missed my toe. But it does cut rather well, I have to say. I mean, it lists for $40, but I believe Mrs. C got it for $20. The one thing that I was hoping that might work for was to, when I'm putting up the J channel and I want to cut a 45, you know, just to make it look pretty. The bulk of this thing doesn't allow you to get in there. So that's where the snips will still need to be used. But if I wanted to cut this nailer off, or I wanted to make a nice linear straight cut, and I was paying attention to what I was doing, that ought to get the job done. Now, let's see what it does on tin. Got this piece of fairly thin metal here. I made a sample cut earlier. It appears to work pretty good. But let's do a live demonstration, shall we? Actually, I think it cuts the tin better than it does the vinyl. Better get that out from under the truck before I get a flat tire. And again, we were trailing off into Crookedville, but it's for demonstration. It wasn't really for serious purposes. And honestly, I really haven't used the tool yet. So once I get the hang of it and the balance of it, I'm using it from this side and it tends to want to drift that way. So maybe if I used it from this side, it would be a little straighter. But I have to say, first impressions, not too bad. As I use it going forward on more of the vinyl and I find good uses for it, I'll let you know how that worked out. It cuts thin tin pretty well. It cuts corner moldings pretty well. It seems to cut linearly, at any rate. I don't know about going across where you got this bulk and the mouth of this is so small. It no worky. Well, this has been a crappy tool demonstration. Let's see if I can get the actual name and number of this tool. Model number 2352. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, give it a thumbs up. And as always, we thank you for watching, and please tune in again. Really? Seriously? I can't work like this.